to Danielle's backyard. Today we are canning pickles with Mrs. Wage's Kosher Dill pickle mix. And this is my first year trying it, but the brine smells so incredibly good that I'm making all my pickles this year with it. I've even bought like a big 6-pack from Amazon that shipped right to the house. It was even delivered on a Sunday when I really needed to make a batch of pickles, and I was so excited that it got delivered on time. But we're going to try to make 9 more pints. I currently have 17 on my shelves, and I'm trying to add 9 more pints to that, and we will have a year's worth of pickles, and there's plenty more out there still growing. And let's get to it. There are beautiful cucumbers that we grew right outside of my garden. I'm so excited with the amount of pickles I'm getting this year and putting up. We will definitely get our year's pickles worth. So let's get busy. You want to make sure that you wash your pickles really good. I don't take a scrubber to them, but I make sure I pick up every one and rub my hand on them really good to get those, you know, the cucumber spikes off, and just to make sure I get any dirt or debris that are on them. And you want your pickles to be clean. So let's get to chopping them and fitting them in these jars. Like I said, we're doing Mrs. Wage's Kosher Dill pickle mix. And the brine is very simple to get going. That's where we're going to get going in this pot here. It calls for 3.5 cups of vinegar, 5% acidity. When you are canning pickles, you want 5% acidity. It will tell you back here. It will tell you on the front here. Make sure 5%. Anything lower, your acidity level in your pickles will not be safe enough for canning, and you'll just have to refrigerate those pickles. But we are recanning, so we want 5% acidity. So 3.5 cups of 5% acidity vinegar, 7 1/3 cup of water, and this. That's all it takes, and it is so, I mean, it smells so incredibly good. So let's get to making our brine. It's 3.5 cups. Seven and 1/3 cups of water. Add our mix. Look at that color. And the ingredients are pretty simple and plain on this. This is one other reason why I like this. So we're going to stir it, help it start dissolving, and we're going to bring it just to a boil, and then make sure all our mixture is dissolved, and then remove it from the heat. You want to cut your stem and blossom ends off of your cucumbers. And that is a full jar of pickles. And we're going to keep going until we do all of these. I think we can fill all 9 of them easily. I said earlier that we need an inch headspace, but actually we need 1/2 inch headspace. That does not mean you have to have your pickles all the way up to that 1/2 inch point. You can top it off with brine and be at that 1/2 inch point, and that's what we're going to do. Even though I do have some longer ones, I'm just going to make sure that they are below the 1/2 inch point so that we'll be safely processing our jars. But they're looking good. 4 jars so far. Alright, we're going to start ladling in our brine. It smells so incredibly good. I'm in a canning group and I've asked about this brine, and everybody said it's so delicious. And this one lady, she makes it, her pickles to sell, and she says she cannot stay in stock with this. So I'm excited. And we're just debubbling here. That means just removing any air bubbles that you can. It's going to be kind of difficult because we have these jars packed pretty tight. We're going to do the best we can. And if any of our pickles come up, we're going to put them back down and we'll check 1/2 inch. And you're going to take a clean paper towel, go around the top of your jars. Make sure they're clean. Put your lid on. Put your topper on there. I guess these are the 2 finger tight. You do not want to get it super tight. You just want to go just finger tight till we can't turn it hardly anymore. Just barely using any pressure, and then put it right into your canner. Fill it up with brine. And bubble. because it's making me go over my 1/2 inch, and this one won't stop floating. And you might have to do that. You might have to remove some brine, add some brine, remove some pickles, and then we'll debubble again. And then wipe off, make sure it's clean. Add your lid. Screw top, finger tight. No more than that. And then into the canner. There is our full canner load with at least 1 inch of water over the tops of your jars. Now we're going to bring this up to a boil and start our timer for 10 minutes. We processed these for 10 minutes, and now we're going to remove our jars. You don't want to tilt your jars as you pull them out the canner because that can affect your seal. Straight up and down. That is it. 9 pints of pickles, and I will let them sit here for at least 12 hours. If they haven't sit out after that, I usually just put them in the fridge. Some people wait for the 424 before they put them in the fridge, but I wait after the 12-hour mark. And then I'll date them and put them on my pantry shelves. And that is 9 more pints of pickles. So I'm impressed with pickle season this year. But come back to Daniel's backyard to see more food being grown.